What's up, everybody? Sports Talk Chicago with Joey Christopoulos. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel. Had to hop on here really quick for an uncensored take on Ben Johnson to the Chicago Bears. So get fucking ready. Here we go. Hey, congratulations, Chicago Bears. You got the guy that you wanted. My number one choice, obviously, for full disclosure, was Mike Vrabel. He seemed to be fait accompli to the New England Patriots. Not much the Chicago Bears could do there, but also at the same time, this whole process feels like it's always been leveraged by Ben Johnson, and it was always going to be Ben Johnson or bust from the start. So, without even getting into Ben Johnson, I just want to applaud the Chicago Bears that clearly this was their number one target, the guy that they wanted all along. And when they set out to get something done, they went out and got it done. They went out and got their guy. I don't even think Mike Vrabel was their first choice. I think it's always been Ben Johnson, and I think there's a part of it, too, as well. I think they wanted to maybe hire him last year. Caleb Williams was very public on Amon-Ra St. Brown's podcast that he wanted also Ben Johnson to be his coach with some subtle facial expressions. And look, I don't know what to fucking think about Ben Johnson, to be honest with you. I think he's innovative. I think he's creative. I think he's young. That's great. Never been a head coach. Jahmyr Gibbs, that talent, not on the Chicago Bears right now. David Montgomery was in the Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions paid him money to now score touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a dude who knows how to fucking block a guy on the outside and make you pay, and also catch 95 balls for 1,200 yards, not on the Chicago Bears. Their offensive line is mean, nasty, and serious. Penei Sewell, Agnew, all those dudes. We don't have any of those guys. So it's fair to say it's pretty damn easy for Ben Johnson to call plays when he's got that type of talent. Sam Laporta, I think, more athletic, more offensive than Cole Kmet, you know? But if you're the Chicago Bears, just for right now, and I promise you, this summer, for me personally, skepticism is going to rain down here about Ben Johnson and the Bears moving forward. But for right now, man, I mean, look, this is what happened, right? And this is why I thought this whole situation was leveraged by Ben Johnson, which made it a little dicey, where if he did not go to the Chicago Bears, they would have been shit out of luck in a way that I think could have really damaged the franchise worse than they've already managed to damage it, because we are almost at rock bottom here. But as I made the analogy before with Ben Johnson, I think for them it was almost like the Bears were at the airport and the plane wasn't taking off for a couple of weeks, or excuse me, the plane wasn't taking off for a couple of hours, as in the Detroit Lions postseason run. So they just sat around the airport and they called some friends. Drew Petzing, Arizona Cardinals, maybe talk to him about Kyler Murray. Anthony Weaver, a guy that definitely deserves an interview without the head coaching cycle, but defensive guy, never had a shot. Pete Carroll, sorry, buddy. Good luck with Jazzercise down with the seniors down at the pool over there. Mike Kafka, never going to happen. Aaron Glenn, defensive guy, probably the New Orleans Saints job, brought him in. Ron Rivera, good to bring in the old ball coach, the old defensive coordinator. Thomas Brown, never had a shot. David Shaw, he's still in the NFL? No, he was a coach of Stanford many, many years ago. Arthur Smith, no thanks. Mike McCarthy got close. I think he was their backup plan. Todd Monken, I found that one to be absolutely hilarious. That one was a typical Bears of like, well, maybe he could be, look at what he did with Lamar. And sometimes you have to say to yourself, you know, maybe the players are pretty damn good. Maybe Todd Monken isn't the reason Lamar Jackson is a multi-time MVP. Maybe it has something to do with Derrick Henry and the fact that Lamar Jackson's pretty fucking good. Just saying. Joe Brady never even got there. They're still in the playoffs. Brian Flores, I think he's going to be a head coach. I think that was a really bad timing issue with the Chicago Bears. I'm glad that they did not do that. Adam Stenavich didn't even call plays with the Green Bay Packers. But, hey, learn a little something. Eddie George, for reasons unknown. Not really sure there. Cliff Kingsbury, Matt Campbell, Marcus Freeman, all still. Marcus Freeman's playing a national title game in a couple of hours. And then, of course, Mike Vrabel. So, when it comes to Ben Johnson, I don't know if he's a good head coach. I don't know if he can run all three phases, the 53-man roster. That's great. He can work with the quarterback. But, man, this is more – there's a lot more that goes into it, right? But on the optimism side, Adam Schefter tweeted this: in 3 seasons with Ben Johnson as the Lions OC, Detroit ranked top 5 in scoring all 3 years, finishing 5th in 2022 and 2023, and 1st in 2024 with 33.2 points per game. The Lions led the NFL in scoring this season for the first time since 1954. The only team that had more 20-yard plays were the 49ers. Lions also scored more than 500 points as a franchise, breaking that franchise record. They also scored 70 team touchdowns this year. Franchise record for the Chicago Bears is 56 in the year of 1941. So I can sit here and scream all day that the Bears don't have this player, the Bears don't have that player, the Bears do have talent on offense. And if you're telling me the Chicago Bears, instead of scoring 500 points, score 400 points in a game, in a season next year, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. And this is all gearing towards the quarterback. I can get on board with that. I am a Caleb Williams believer. I am a fan. But this certainly accelerates that development process, right? We are going to know a lot about Caleb Williams next year. The time to develop and the continued maturation process, it's going to be accelerated. Caleb Williams, like Ben Johnson, is now going to have to deliver. They're going to be tied to each other, intertwined, no matter what. But I'll leave you on this. I have no fucking idea whether Ben Johnson's going to be a good head coach or not. Who knows? I get it. He's young. But there's plenty of offensive coordinators, brilliant minds. Mike Martz comes to mind, Norv Turner, Pat Shermer. A lot of these guys came in, and they can't win as head coaches, even though they can call a great offensive game. There's more to it. I mean, I love the wrinkles. I love the innovation on offense. But at the same time, they were down 10 points against the Commanders, and he's got Jameson Williams throwing an interception with a cute, gimmicky play. Is he the type of guy that always wants to continuously prove how smart he is? Or is he just interested in winning games? We're going to find out a lot about that. We're also going to learn a little bit about when things get rough and when the losing streaks happen and times get tough. Was it Dan Campbell the one that was picking up his team? Or was Ben Johnson also the one that was going to get in there? They say that he's very detail-oriented and he's going to be asking a lot of his players and very disciplined. That's great, but the players also need to respond. You can put rules up on the wall, but you also have to have the personality and the type of character that has people rally around that cause and want to execute it on a daily basis and then hold other people accountable. We have no idea if Ben Johnson can do that. And then the final piece of my skepticism, this is still the Chicago Bears. We can ruin anybody. Just give us a chance. We brought in Matt Nagy, hot coaching hire. Apparently one of the ones that helped discover Patrick Mahomes, had worked with them for a year, got Alex Smith's career off on the right foot. How long did that last? Did they have the right quarterback? The guy that just hired Ben Johnson, Ryan Poles, did you like his last choice with Matt Eberflus? So be excited, Bears fans. We have a new coach. We have a new future. He's young. Many people will consider him one of the top offensive minds throughout the league. But, man, this is a crapshoot, dude. Will Ben Johnson succeed? 50-50. And that's not because I don't have no faith in Ben Johnson. I have skepticism in Ben Johnson, but also it's the Chicago Bears. What is Ben Johnson walking into in this situation? So we'll see how the summer plays out, but I just want you to keep in mind that just for today, I'm going to have plenty of skepticism about Ben Johnson moving forward, and we're going to talk about it in full in this week's episode. But just for today, I will give the Chicago Bears credit that clearly, it's obvious now, that Ben Johnson was always the target. He was always going to be the guy. It was Ben Johnson or bust. And they went out there, executed their plan, and got their guy. At the very least, we can give the Bears credit for that. What happens moving forward now needs to be treated with all the healthy skepticism that the Chicago Bears deserve.